Oh, hi. My name's Andrew Feliciano, and I'm an animator at Walt Disney Animation Studios. I've been there for about 6 years now, and I've worked on films like Big Hero 6, Moana, Wreck-It Ralph 2, Frozen 2, and right now I'm working on an upcoming action-packed adventure called Raya and the Last Dragon. I'm really excited that you guys tuned in today because we're going to be drawing one of my favorite characters from the 1994 smash hit, The Lion King. That's right, everyone. We're drawing Pumbaa. Okay, so here we go. Like most Disney characters, they start with a circle for the head. So we're going to go ahead and draw that. There we go. And then we're going to give ourselves some guidelines here. So we're going to give a guideline down the center. And we're going to give another one right here. This is going to be the eye line. So Pumbaa's eyes, they sit a little bit higher on his head. They're not in the dead center. They're just above that, okay? So now the next step that I like to do, I like to kind of find where his brows are going to sit. They're kind of like triangle shapes right there that break outside of the edge of the circle. And now let's find his snout. So his snout, or his pig nose, it's going to be a triangular shape that kind of sticks out of his head. So this is going to be like the bridge of his nose. And we're going to draw ourselves a triangle outside of this circle. Now the perspective on the snout is going to be the same as the head. You can see I give myself a guideline there. All right, and now we're just going to rough in what his smile might look like. Kind of like this. So this is just a curved, swooping shape coming up to here that's going to press up against the eye. That's like his cheek right there. All right, so next, let's go ahead and rough in his tusk. Now his tusk, that's kind of the raindrop shape. So the tusk, it's coming off of here, so you can kind of use this center point on the head out. And you can draw this raindrop shape like this, and in a minute we're going to do some more work on these tusk shapes. Now this shape is a little different because it's in perspective, but in general it's the same shape. All right, let's see. Okay, now let's see what's next here. Let's go ahead and put some eyes on him. So we're going to draw this. This is going to be his cheek. I like drawing Pumbaa's eyes round. Makes him look nice and friendly. And we all know Pumbaa's a very friendly guy. All right, there we go. So that's where his eyes are starting to sit. Okay. Now let's draw his warts. Now his warts are the things on the sides of his head, and those are also triangular shapes. So you're going to bring that off here like that. Kind of lines up. It's almost like an extension of his cheek. So something like this, okay? All right, now let's go ahead and find his nostrils. Pigs have, oh, sorry, I called him a pig again. Warthogs have nostrils, and they're going to be right here on the end of his nose. We're going to draw like an oval shape, and we're going to put another oval shape here, but this oval shape will be a little bit thinner than the one beside it, and it gives the illusion that it's wrapping around in space, okay? So now, I told you we were going to come back to these tusks, and we're going to do a little bit more work there. So there's a piece of his snout that is wrapping up and going around that tusk right there. You can kind of see that. So we're just drawing right on through that. That's the shape. This tusk is coming out and is wrapping back towards his eye. And then to show some form or volume, we put a couple lines in there like that. Yeah. Oh, and then I forgot these. These show dimension. This is just like a half circle inside of the circle of his nostril. And then it looks like we're looking up his nose, into his nose. Cool. And then this tusk over here, this same piece of snout that's coming off this way, and it's wrapping around that tusk there. And now, here we go. Cool. So let's move forward a little bit here. We're going to give his nose some wrinkles. All right. And now we're going to draw his chin. Pumbaa's chin, his head and his chin kind of make this water balloon shape, if you will. At least that's what Tony Bancroft used to call it. He referred to it as a shaped like a water balloon. If you don't know Tony Bancroft, he was the supervising animator of Pumbaa in The Lion King. And I was very fortunate to get to work with him on some Timon and Pumbaa safety videos where Timon and Pumbaa taught you all about fire safety and water safety. I think there were a few others. But yeah, I had the fortunate opportunity of learning how to draw this guy from Tony, the supervising animator. So we're going to rough in the shape of his body here. And his body, it's kind of shaped like a bean, sort of. So you can see I'm drawing this little bean shape up here. And this part down here is going to be his belly. So we're just going to go ahead and like quickly put something in like this. Okay, that's his back. Now, right off of this swoop here that kind of connects to the back of his head, swoops down and goes up into his tail. His tail has these very angular breaks, which are very cool. And then we're going to have kind of an upside down version of this raindrop shape right here. That's going to be his tail. All right, so there's his belly. We're going to rough his legs in here really quick. For being a big guy, Pumbaa kind of has skinny little legs. You must skip leg day at the gym. All right, so we're going to put these little legs in here. We'll put shapes in for his hooves really quick. They're kind of like, I don't know, you can kind of think of them as hearts almost. The little break in it. You see that? Yeah. Yeah, this is something that Tony used to do too. You can draw like a square under your character in perspective, and it makes them look like they're standing on the ground. Really helps connect them to the earth, the African Sahara that Pumbaa is on, or the savannah, as they said. They could clear the savannah. Oh, I forgot his ears. Okay, so his ears, I don't know how to describe this shape. It's an interesting shape. It starts with this kind of S-curve line and wraps around, and then these two lines, this line is on the underside of this line. It creates like form and dimension. This ear over here is always floppy, so we just draw a little floppy ear. And then let's not forget his head of hair. There's his little widow's peak here. It's going to come out this way. And it's kind of like nice big pompadour hair right here. And we'll see that start coming through. And it lines all the way down his back. Cool. Yeah. This line here on his belly is going to show us where his hair goes. He has a little change in color on his hair. Okay, so here we go. We have, oh yeah, can't forget pupils. We gotta know where he's looking. It looks like he's looking at us right now. All right, cool. I think we have a good rough drawing to go with. So we're gonna now grab our 4B pencil. That's this one here. Is that in camera? Yeah, it's black. All right, and now let's see. If I had an eraser, I might rub this down a little bit, but I don't have one with me now, so we're just going to go ahead and tie it down. Now, in the tie down phase, what you want to try to do is not trace the drawing, but you want to try to redraw those shapes and maybe add a little bit more solidity to them as you go. So let's go ahead and start. Where should we start? Let's start with his, well, let's start with his nose. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna remember this shape that's wrapping around there. Okay. Draw the nostrils. Remember, one is smaller than the other because it's going away in space. Okay. The tip of his nose is round. You can round it off a little bit. He's got nice round shapes all throughout his design. I think it helps make him very friendly and kind. He's also a rather smart pig. I mean, warthog. If you guys have seen the movie, then you know he is very aware of what a star is. That's my dog trying to get in the room. If you heard that scratching. Here we go. Now, for his eyes, it's a very important area. We're going to darken the top part of the lid. Come around. And that line can be a little thicker than the other one. The top line can be thicker than the bottom. Okay. Cool. Let's go ahead and darken those eyes in. We're going to try to leave a little glint of white. Just something that hasn't quite been filled in. I'm not sure that you can see it on there, but it adds to his friendliness and charm. Here we go. We're going to shade in this part of the nostril. Now you can really see how you can just look straight up his nose. There we go. Down into the wart. There's his brows. Cool. Now here's that ear we were talking about. These somewhat complex wrapping of shapes. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to get his chin in here next. Now this line right here, this is his little double chin. It's pressing into his body. All right, here's his back, up to his tail. Now on his tail, we're gonna do something to this shape. We're gonna break the shape up a little bit with these little wispies. Those wispies are little pieces of hair. So it gives it a little bit more form and dimension, brings in some organic qualities into the drawing. Here's his hair. Big mane of hair going down his back. Let's draw his shoulder right here. Elbow down into his ankle. And those hooves. Like this. All right. So from this side, we might not really see the shoulder, so we can just go straight down to the leg and ankle. That's Penny. She likes to bark at things. Sometimes she doesn't stop. All right. right, now over here, we're going to take this line that we drew that was the hair, or the color separation on his belly. We're going to add some of those wispies on this side too. That right there makes it look like fur on him. Okay, well, I think we're about done, actually. I'm going to shade in his tail. I'm going to add some shading on the hair. You can choose to shade this in if you want to on your drawing. You can color it in if you want to color it in. You can do whatever you want. It's your drawing. Have fun with your drawing. If this was moving a little too fast for you, you could pause it because it's YouTube. You can come back to it. Oh, last thing. Let's see. Let's add something to this ground. Let's put our pencils to the side. You can lay them flat like this, and you can add some shading in here. This is called a drop shadow. See, so now it looks like he's on the ground. And then because we know Pumbaa lives in the savannah, you could put little rocks and little blades of grass, just like this. And then you could write a little message to people. Say, Hakuna Matata. Then sign your work. Done. All right. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for joining me while we draw everyone's favorite lovable warthog, Pumbaa. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. So be sure to post your drawings using the hashtag #DrawWithDisneyAnimation. And go on to YouTube and check out the other videos there as well. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.